What's going on, guys? This is Frank from Texas Cigar Society with the Stogie Society podcast, and we are here today, episode 60 for our podcast. And today is our live cigar review of the Perdomo Legacy Shade Grown. And before we get started, just want to make sure we thank our sponsor, Luxury Cigar Club.
Sponsors.
Okay, let's do one sponsor first at a time. So yeah, our first sponsor, and you threw me off with that. Damn it. Anyways, Luxury Cigar Clubs. We're running you that, use the code first time 15 for your initial purchase. If you're a first time new customer, 15% off. And thank you guys. Thank you, Luxury Cigars, for being our sponsor. And we just got our box, so we're gonna slowly start, posting videos and stuff on it. But today is not gonna be that day. Today we're doing the review. Also, our second sponsor, Above the Level Construction, for all foundation, concrete block, and retaining wall projects in the Los Angeles area. Don't forget to call him at 626-265-1657.
Free estimates too.
Free estimates, even better.
Do people still charge for estimates? Because they used to be a thing back in the day.
Well, some charge for estimates, but then they use it to I don't know.
The good companies don't.
Good companies don't. Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, so today we're doing the review for the Perdomo Legacy, and I think we're all doing a different Vitola. I think maybe two of us may have the same one, but for the most part, we're trying to do something a little different. I'm doing the Epicure along with Matt. We're doing the Epicure. Hugo has the Robusto. Show it. And then Steven has the Churchill.
Boom.
And then Randall has hold on. I haven't said what you have yet. Randall, come down. Okay, go. Randall has the Bellicoso Fino.
Takes a second to focus. I was trying to help it out.
So yeah, off the initial light, y'all want to give any type of notes or anything that y'all got?
I'll take a swing at it. Just on the palette so far, I haven't done any retros yet. Pretty Perdomo-ish for me. Perdomo-ish, very
Perdomo-ish.
Yeah, very very Nicaraguan spice on the front. That black pepper for sure. Heavy wood notes. Not sure what it is yet. Maybe cedar, maybe oak, mesquite. And then just black pepper on the finish, dude. It just sticks to my tongue. It's
yeah. I think you're pretty spot on. Even though we're on different sizes, the initial part, yeah, that somewhere between cedar and oak, that pepper on the finish, maybe a little bit of nutty almond, but yeah, right on there.
I'll agree with that. I was waiting for someone to say some kind of sweet note because that's exactly what I got. I got a little bit of the body starting with the pepper, and I got a little bit of bacon spice, but a nutty sweetness also involved. But I will say here in the beginning as well, I'm getting that air. I'm getting that airy, wide open draw to where the airiness is kind of messing up the pull a little bit. So I'm hoping that fixes up a little bit.
Yeah, that's probably because that's a box price, right?
Yeah, it's probably the size. I hope it.
Yeah.
I mean, I barely cut anything off of it, so.
Yeah, because this one is a medium draw on this one for sure. It's not super wide open, but
lucky.
Got a little bit of resistance, which I like. Okay.
I'm getting fresh air in here, and I don't like that.
Matt, what do you think so far?
Yeah, so same thing you guys are getting, which was expected with this one. I've had this one before, as well as all the other sun-growns from 10th on up.
Really?
So as expected, cedar, a little bit of a mystery sweetness going on, but very faint on that. And pepper on the retro and on the palate. And for me, and what I like with pepper and don't like, it's not overpowering or anything for me, but it's definitely there. You're going to know it's there. Just something to come to the dance for me. And a perfect draw for me on this one, which for me is also expected with Perdomo. So yeah, I mean, so far as expected.
Yeah, for
Nice.
me, I did get that pepper, but I also got like a chocolate note at the beginning part, at the initial light. It has subsided a little bit. I do. It's now just transitioned to like some sort of sweetness. But I agree with Hugo. It does have that Perdomo-esque quality. Like you can tell it's their tobacco.
Ooh.
But it's pretty good. Mine though is a very, very wide open draw. So I hope it tightens up a little bit or something, because it's like Randall was saying a little while ago, or maybe it was offline. But you get at 25% more air than you do the smoke, and that's what I'm kind of getting right now.
Nice, man. I'm super interested to see the comparison, because like the Robusto, Epicure, and Churchill all are the same ring gauge, right? They're all 54, and so it's just different lengths. So I'm kind of interested to see how this compares between those three sizes.
Yeah, because the Bellicoso is a 660.
Yeah. There's a Gordo and the Gran Bellicoso, yeah, which is a 60.
This is a 660.
Yeah,
it's interesting to me. It's always interesting to me when it's a box press how the 60 looks more like a 56.
Or feel
But
right.
you know, a couple weeks ago I said the LFD Suave looked like the Bull, so you know, don't trust my eyes.
Well, I think there's some logic in why they add the tapered tip on that one, is so that it doesn't have that feel, right?
Yeah,
That makes sense.
Oh,
well, look at this guy. Look at this guy right here. Look at this guy. Look at this guy.
how is he late?
How is
Well, he needed
he-
2 days off instead of 1.
Yeah,
Dude, he's been setting up since like 3 p.m.
He's jet
Or-
lagged.
like 1 p.m. his time. So hey, jump in, dude. Can't hear you.
You're muted.
DC,
He'll be muted for the whole episode.
Yeah, it's
Also, tilt your
He's
This is
camera
our
up.
ASL translator for the episode.
Yeah, we hired a signer.
Careful.
Nada,
He's gonna start
nada.
throwing up some gang
No.
signs.
no sir,
very
no
careful.
no audio.
Dude, hurry up and open that Diet Coke.
Hey, 1T, you smoked a handful of Perdomos, huh? You kind of went through
Oh
the
yeah,
whole
I like
portfolio, huh?
Perdomo. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
a Perdomo guy. I've
Nice.
Perdomo was the first real like premium cigar brand I got into when I first started smoking cigars, and so that's why I think I just, you know, it's got a little something extra for me, since that was kind of at the beginning of my journey, you know.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, it's, you know, I'm one where I get why some people don't gravitate towards Perdomo, but I enjoy him because consistent. It's a cigar to where, for me, the ones I keep in my humidor, and I switch them up, but I got the 10th Maduro and I have 20th Sungrown, and it's a cigar for me to where if I don't know what I want to smoke, you know, you're looking in your humidor like, I don't know, I'm just not feeling any of this, whatever. It's a cigar that I can grab at any time and I know what to expect. And so that's why I keep them in my rotation.
Nice, man. Yeah, I'm right there with you. The Perdomo was kind of the first cigar that I came back to consistently. I was a Perdomo champagne guy early on, and it was weird because like the things I would stock that I would buy a lot of were Perdomo champagnes and Camacho triple Maduros. Those were the two. And it wasn't until like I started hanging out with more like cigar people that I like learned about other things. But those are always safe for me. Like Perdomo was a safe place to like, you were gonna have a decent experience, and like at that point I didn't know what good was. Like you're smoking and you're like, oh, it didn't taste bad. I've tasted bad before, and this is good. And you don't you're not running into like any of the things that require technical knowledge about how to smoke a cigar. You don't have to touch it up. You don't have to use a draw tool. You don't have to mess with it. So kind of as a beginner, you don't really think about that stuff. Yeah, I'm right there with you.
It's a solid go-to. So if somebody's going golfing, you know, where you're not going to be sitting there paying attention to a cigar, or you're hanging out, I grab a Perdomo. And I'll tell you guys one thing. I don't know if you've had, so one Perdomo cigar that kind of has some extra stuff going on that it's probably my favorite of their lines, is the bourbon barrel aged, and in any of them, Connecticut, Maduro, or sun grown, but Connecticut's my favorite of those. And that's the first Connecticut I had that really got me going on, like, oh, let me, Connecticut's aren't just an H. Upman, whatever, that tastes like a paper bag. Like, a Connecticut can have some stuff going on. And those are really good. Those kind of have a lot more, it's bringing more to the dance. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And honestly, going back to what Steven was saying, especially when you're newer, I think one thing Perdomo has is consistency in draw and construction. It takes smoking a couple cigars to realize, like, oh, I'm smoking too fast, or oh, why is this happening to this cigar? My humidity's off, or whatever. Perdomo seems to really work those issues out in house before you ever get them.
Yeah.
So you can literally almost smoke them too humidified or too dry, and they're kind of the same profile, and they're not really messing up on you too much. And I think we all can agree that there's a consistency and flavor profile similar to the My Father's have, like, this is definitely a My Father cigar in some way.
Yeah. And they sell a lot of cigars too. I saw something about a few months ago, and I think it was with Nick Perdomo. I don't remember, but I think, maybe I'm wrong on this, but I think he said last year they sold, I think, 28 million cigars, something like that.
Dude, is that Fuente numbers?
I don't know.
That sounds like Fuente numbers, bro. That's a lot.
Well, they do
push,
the champagnes.
They push a lot.
I think their biggest
champagne
seller,
alone is
it's like 1 million a year or something.
Yeah,
it was something
I think
ridiculous.
more than that.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. That was my first cigar, so I can see why. Like, I think a lot of shop owners push those.
Dude, am I the only one to think that the Champagne Perdomo is not a good beginner cigar?
I agree with you.
Yeah, that shit has fucking Nicaraguan ligero, bro.
Well, so when I first started, I thought it was, but now looking back on it, it's definitely not.
Yeah, dude, it's just
but when you first start, it's like, damn, this is good. But it's like man said, you don't know any better. You want to, like, now there's more lines out there that are from Perdomo that are pretty good.
Well, and with Perdomo, I believe all their cigars are just their tobacco off their farm. And so where other brands, it's going to be tobaccos from different regions, different countries, etc. That's why for me, I've smoked all of the sun grown from 10th on up to this one. And I actually did, I bought one of each after the Legacy came out, and I did them all in like 3 days. And just to kind of see the differences. And they're all they're slight differences, but at the end of the day, they're all very much the same for me. Slight differences, of course, obviously, but like I watched another show. They were talking about Perdomo and about how, like, a lot of the stuff, the sun growns will taste similar because it is all the same tobaccos they're using, whatever. It's all from their farm.
Yeah.
So,
and to touch back on the quantity you were mentioning, I've got an article here that talks about by 2019, they easily were producing more than 15 million cigars a year. And then the current estimate is over 22 to 23 million a year. So they're putting up big numbers.
Yeah,
huge numbers. Yeah.
There was some interview I think I saw with Nick June with the son, the young Nick.
Yeah,
that they mentioned 28. I was just like, what? Still, even if it's 23.
Yeah, and that would be more accurate from them than like an industry estimate.
Yeah.
So I think your number's spot on. Yeah.
Because Steven, they don't really, a lot of these folks, they don't really disclose those statistics, do they? Or do they?
No. I mean, I think it depends who you ask, right? Like the folks who are keeping those but I think depending on what other level you're at, if you're talking to a service rep, for example, somebody who's in sales, they might have some sales figures. They probably know in depth the sales figures. But as far as the production numbers, that might be, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's probably company specific, and I don't really talk to enough of those people yet to know which companies are really keeping track of those numbers or not.
Do you guys think that Perdomo is just a safe bet for most brick and mortar shop owners to suggest, because it's not super intricate. It's also not super mild and like dull. It's going to keep you interested enough, especially if you're new, but it's not going to like destroy your palate or make you sick. I mean, I'm speaking from years of smoking, so I don't remember what made me sick, but do you guys think that a lot of them just do that because they know that for the most part, people tend to dig them?
I think
Yes,
there's
and the price point.
Yeah, the price point's good too.
Go for it, Matt. Did you have anything else to say on that?
No, I was just going to say, I believe so because of the price point and just the consistency of it. So if somebody's newer coming in, if I'm a tobacconist and I know, hey, this line of cigars here, I'm hit and miss if it's going to be plugged or whatever. Hey, go to Perdomo. It's going to be the safe bet. That's why I keep them in rotation, for the safe bet for the time. If I just had a cigar and it's plugged and I got to toss it, I'm pissed off. I get another one. I've had this happen where then it's trash because construction, whatever. God dang it, throw it. I just want a cigar. I'll grab one of my Perdomos because I know it's going to perform properly. So I think so. What do you think?
And they're business owners, right? So they want to make sure you're not going to do that. So go ahead, Steven. Sorry.
No, that's right on what I was thinking was, as business owners, right? Especially if you're a lounge owner, right? And you're in the practice of making sure that the cigars are performing, right? And most lounges will refund you or replace a cigar that's not performing, right? If you're having burn and draw issues, they're not going to ask that you just keep chugging on it. They usually will replace it for you. And that's one of the benefits of, kind of being in a full service lounge. That's one of the things you pay a little extra for that service for. But you imagine if you're a retailer and you are having to replace people's cigars often, that's cutting into your margin. And it's impacting your customer satisfaction. The tobacconist recommended me something and there was a problem with it. So now it's a reputation issue. So beyond safe bet, I think if you are producing something that has quality construction with consistency, it means a lot to retailers. And I think the other piece of it on the consumer front is that they have consistent facings. So I'll throw out a brand that a lot of people love, Tatuaje. And as somebody who has watched the industry over more than 15 years, Tatuaje's lines have always confused me. This is a T110. This is a Tuxla. This is a what? And then all of these different special EL releases, limited this, limited that. It's confusing for somebody who really spends time on it, let alone somebody who doesn't spend time on it. And so if you have consistency in your branding, right? The branding is consistent on the bands. Every line, the 10th, the 20th, the 30th, 3 wrapper shades. It's very easy to present. And so you can put these in your retail display and it's got the nice gold that pops. It's got the logo that you can't miss. And it's easy to talk about 3 wrappers.
Yeah. And what I think about them too is that they're the way they have their display set up, it has to be the same across the board. If you go to most humidors, some may not have the amount, but they're all stacked up the way Perdomo wants them, and that's the way they have to display them. So you know that, hey, if I'm looking for the Maduro, the 20th Maduro, whatever, you know exactly where it's located. Sorry, I need to sneeze if I'm making weird faces. So that's what I really do like about Perdomo is that their business model and business setup is on fucking point, dude.
I'll tell you an accidental great thing about Perdomo's marketing. When I was new, I remember seeing Perdomo in a brick and mortar and confusing it for Padron. Now, keep in mind, I'm new, right? I hear Padron cigars are great, but I see Perdomo in the shop and I haven't heard Padron in my head in a while. And I think that's the name that everybody says is good. Give me that. I think the fact that they're very similar, obviously all of us are not going to confuse those. All the people in the chat who smoke consistent Let's See for years, but a brand new person isn't going to remember these random names in their head. And they're going to say Perdomo, that must have been it. And same for Padron. If people are hearing about Perdomos as a good first cigar, they may get some of their customers. So I think that's an accidental marketing thing that happened. And it just so happened that they both have a similar P name, right?
Yeah.
So
Well, it's an interesting thing you bring up because, and I don't necessarily think that it's a Perdomo specific thing, but I was watching an interview of Sebastian of Cavalier Cigars, and they were talking about the White series and how the White band came about in one of their first cigar lines. And he thought about the consumer experience and people who may not remember the specific cigar, right? And he knew about the Davidoff White Band series. And so he's like, oh, the Davidoff White Label series. Well, if I also have a white label, then now we have two competing. And so I thought it was kind of an interesting perspective about just how something looks on the shelf and how a consumer might ask for it.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes you name it by the band. DC, do you want to test your audio? You're muted right now, but.
And you're not signing, so we don't know what you're doing.
How's this?
Yo, he's here.
Ooh.
There you go.
Okay.
Are you on the
He's
AirPods
alive.
or are you on an external mic?
What does it sound like?
External mic.
External mic?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Sounds fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
If we were a Broadway
Sorry.
show, maybe not, but you're good.
Just
Skyline
keep talking,
24.
like
Skyline 24 is asking if Perdomo vertically integrated akin to Padron, Fuente, and AJ.
They do it all, from seed to boxes.
Yeah.
Everything. You can actually go to. I don't know about now, but I know a couple people that have been a couple times to the Perdomo factory tours. I know you used to be able to go anyways, spend however much money is $500-600, fly down there and spend the week, and you get to go through, I guess, everything, the farm to how they process it, even how they make the boxes. And that's the only place you can't smoke cigars in is where they make the boxes. But yeah, and the guy told me, because one of the shop owners here went right before COVID or something like that. And he was like, man, if you ever go, be prepared for cigars, because the minute you get there day one, it's, oh, hey, have a cigar. And as soon as it's out, they're like, hey, come grab another cigar and whatever you want, and stuff that you can't even find. And he was like, it was cool at first, but then at the end of that day, I went home and was like, or to the hotel or wherever. He said, man, I felt so sick. So he learned the next day, get his first cigar, have his coffee, whatever, and smoke it slow. Maybe let it go out a few times, let it kind of go on. He was like, I think I smoked like 10 cigars, maybe 12 that first day. He said, I was sick.
Wow.
So he said, if you go, just hang on to the cigar for a little bit until you're ready for another one.
That's a good tip, man. I think the other thing in this question about being vertically integrated that's kind of important to note is they are one of the very few that owns their own distribution. So they're vertically integrated through the farms, through rolling, through all of that production, but they handle the business up to the door of the retailer. And then they do, of course, their follow-ups with the retailers about display and all that, but they actually handle their distribution through their center in Miami. They have a distribution center. And so that's kind of a unique piece about Perdomo that sets them pretty far apart from other brands, where most brands will use a distributor that will handle multiple brands and get them out to retailers.
Yeah. I have a comment about the next comment with Skyline's comment. If somebody wants to put that on the screen.
Yeah, I had something.
He said, he or she said it makes it more interesting to try their cigars, makes it unique. Yeah, Perdomo to me is like saying you've tried fast food, but you've never been to McDonald's. You know, Perdomo is like, they're one of the first that gets thrown in your face as a cigar smoker. You're like, Oliva, Perdomo, Padron, if you want to spend some money and you want to try something big. But like a lot of these shops, you know, that has a lot of stuff. You could skip it, right? You could skip over it and skip over it for years or whatever. But it's like going to, Wendy's and KFC and all these other places and not trying one that has a massive distribution. It's similar in a way, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you should try it just to say, just to say you've tried one, I mean, they're not bad. I mean, I don't know if we were making it sound like that,
But
They're not bad.
28
They're
million
expensive.
cigars a year says people are
Yeah.
smoking them.
Yeah.
You know?
Hey, just like the what is it, the Big Mac, 6
Yeah.
billion sold, not even that many people on the earth. Like, how did that happen?
Well,
So for
Rambo-
his thing about makes it unique to try, you know, what I would say is definitely grab one of the bourbon barrel aged ones. Because a lot of tobacconists I think will push more towards, you know, if they got the legacy, it'll be that because it's the newest one out. But they'll push a lot more the champagne, the 20th, the 30th. But I don't think it's so much with the bourbon barrel aged, and that one for me has just a lot of different. It has more nuance and stuff. It has more things going on to it. It's a more interesting cigar. But now for somebody like my palate, you know, it took me a little bit of time to start picking up different flavor notes and stuff. So, you know, if you're newer, it's a great one to get started. But I mean, there's people been smoking 30 years and they buy Perdomo by the box too. So
Oh, there's very faithful.
just a
Perdomo
good all
fans.
around. Yeah, just a good all around, a safe bet.
What about you mentioned that barrel aged. There's a other one called the 12-year. Is that the vintage?
Oh yeah.
Vintage is called, or what is it? What is it
Vintage.
called? 12-year.
I
Right?
think you guys are
12-year.
talking about the same one. The vintage 12 year is the barrel age.
Is that the
No,
one?
I'm talking about a different one.
Is
No,
it?
no, I think there's two different ones.
Oh.
Yeah.
Look
Yeah, I
up
think there's a whole line.
Let me
look
see.
up bourbon barrel aged Habano, and you'll
Yeah.
see 3 wrappers, Connecticut,
Right.
and
The Habano's
And then-
red.
Burn,
Is that right?
barrel aged.
I think I
so.
saw it recently. That's why I'm asking.
The 12-year is a different one, or the 12 something. I know what you're talking about. I've only had a couple of those. I don't run into those a whole lot at the B&Ms.
Dude, they get so much shelf space. How much do you think they spend on?
I
shelf
see it.
space?
Yeah, I've seen that one. I haven't tried that Perdomo barrel aged Maduro. Yeah, the one I was thinking of that I thought you were talking about was the 12-year bourbon barrel age, because that's the one that's 10 years pre-roll aging, 2 years in barrel post-roll.
Yes.
That one
Yes.
I'm familiar with, but this is different. Okay, interesting.
Yeah, and that
Very nice.
one, if I were to rank those in order, I would put Connecticut's my favorite, followed by the Maduro, and then the Sun Grown.
So why is
Okay.
that?
I
Just out
suggest
of
trying
curiosity.
those.
So
Just
why is that?
just my palate.
So
I just like them.
they're all barrel aged, right? So like, what's is there like a lot of difference in the profiles, or just in
Oh, yeah,
general that would
'cause-
just hit your palate better?
Because the you mean with the one? Yeah. So those are the ones Steven was thinking I was talking about,
Right.
That's the
and
12. That's the one I was talking about.
yeah, and I like those too. My favorite though is the just the regular bourbon barrel aged Habano.
Nice.
I'm bothered.
Those are good.
I'm
Yeah,
bothered.
so
They
6 years before. Good.
I was gonna say I'm bothered by that photo because they spend all that time putting it all together and it's slightly crooked. Like the first cigar is like slightly off,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I'm triggered completely because like if you're gonna put all that together, don't rush the photo. You got the lighting, you got everything, you got time. Put that cigar back right.
Randall's gonna show up down to Miami with his camera and be like, "Listen, guys, listen,
Guys,
we got to make this right."
I'm gonna get on LinkedIn and look for their photographer and be like,
Yeah, yeah. He's gonna have a review about his photographer. This guy's trash.
Yeah. So the one you're talking about is aged at least 6 years before it gets aged additional 14 months in bourbon barrels. So that's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I think if you haven't had that one, I think it's worth a try. The price of entry is very low, sub 10. So
I
That's
will
the other
say-
thing about Perdomo is that they're not an overly expensive cigar. Like unless you go like the Bellicoso, this one the one for the Legacy was like $16, but that's because that's a specialty Vitola. But like the other ones aren't that bad. You don't really pay a whole lot.
I'll wait until there's usually once a year. Once a year I'll buy a box, maybe 2, wait for a deal, and I'll just pick a couple, and those are my kind of go-tos when I'm having a bad cigar day or something, and they usually last me about the year, and then
It's a good idea.
Go ahead and get a couple more.
That's a good way to kind of think about it. I've had some of those days where you smoke some stuff and you're just really not pleased with what you've had, and
Yeah.
you need to bring in a ringer. You need to bring in like something that you're like certain about.
Yes.
It's like,
Yeah.
dude, it's like not going to bed mad, right? It's like you've been arguing all day, and you're like, you know what? Let's smoke 'em peace pipe.
That's it. That's the Perdomo.
The peace pipe. Nice. I like that.
And it makes sense because that's like, okay, let's turn this day around. I just need something that's going to smoke good, and I know what I'm going to get on the flavor, even if it's going to be fairly linear the whole way. It's fine. Let me.
And I like what you said, Matt. Like, you really only have to purchase a box, because it's not like you're going to get it and go, oh my God, I need this right now. It's like you're going to get it, be excited you got it. You're going to like admire it when you open it. And then you're going to go, you'll go right here, right? Yep. And you're just going to be like, cool.
It's ready for me.
Yep. I refilled.
Yep.
I'm going to grab something else. And, you know, maybe 2-4 months later, you'll go, yeah, let me pop one out of these boxes. Let me, it's definitely a background, and it's not a bad thing. It's just a background kind of thing.
Now, with that said, I do smoke more of that bourbon barrel aged I was talking about. When I can catch a 5-pack on sale, I'll get a couple of those, and I'll burn through those in a couple of months. So that one for me is a little bit different than a lot of our standard.
That's
Perdomo.
meaningful.
Yeah,
man.
So, yeah.
So, do y'all want to take a moment and kind of like do like a checkpoint, see where we're at with the cigar?
Yeah, we can do that. Who wants to go first?
I guess I'll go since I started. Dude, the retro on this thing is pretty heavy.
Yeah,
for me, it's pretty heavy. I thought it was gonna tame a little bit after the first inch or whatnot, but no. But the only thing that did change for me on the retro is that there's now a sweet component on the retro, and it's like a molasses nutty type of sweetness on the palate. Now it's a little bit floral. So I mean, it's, for me, honestly, I think Perdomo, right off the bat, I'm thinking Nicaraguan tobacco, and the actual bold Nicaraguan tobacco, like Perdomo, like Padron style, or Foundation, stuff like that style. Not Alex Glass smooth and silky, and
I don't know how he does that. I don't know how he does that.
I think
He's
he has
the only one.
It's like, fuck. I don't know, but
yeah, for me, I'm running into the second, third. It's definitely getting more bold, and like Ugo said, I'm just getting a lot more of that black pepper that I was getting more baking spice in the beginning and a little bit of mild sweetness, and now I'm getting more black pepper. I'm getting a little bit of a harsher wood note coming in. The retrohale is getting a little bit less tame, as far as like, if I retrohale, I have to make sure I'm not going to sneeze a little bit more. It's getting a little bit just fuller bodied. It's up to a medium. It's not a full bodied, but like, it's definitely lost some of that sweetness that I got in the first third. It's not bad, and it hasn't changed. It's just lost some of what it had in the first third.
I think that's fair. So I'm coming out of the first third now on this Churchill, and yeah, I can see baking spice a little bit. I think in the course of this first third, I did start to get some of the sweetness, some what I call brown sugar. But I think the finish has changed for me here, where I'm getting this like dry cocoa, and like it feels a little dry. So still oaky, woody, but like the finish is dry cocoa with some of that spice.
Got it. I'm getting very similar to what Hugo's getting. Pretty much what he said was exactly what I was thinking. The spice for me isn't bad, but I think for me in general, I do spicier cigars than a lot of you guys here. So for me, it's not too bad. And that's all different person to person, of course, but it's there. It's one of those things where it's a very distinct black pepper for me. But yeah, consistent consistent with the other one I've had and all the other 20th and the 20th, 10th, and all that, the sun growns I've had. And I will say the sun grown is actually out of the three, and some people like this one. I've heard people say they like the sun grown the best. I actually like, if I remember right from when I did it, the Maduro better. But
okay.
The Maduro was good. I like the Legacy Maduro. I had that one on the podcast. It's like a whatever cigar. I really enjoyed it.
And that's kind of in general, I found with me and Perdomo, because I've smoked quite a bit of them, is with Perdomo, I lean more towards getting either Maduro or their Connecticut, one of the two. With that said, last year I bought a box of 20th sun grown, so obviously it was on a killer deal, and I was like, okay. So it's not like I don't like the sun grown, but if I were to put Perdomo in order, it would be either Connecticut or Maduro, one of those two, and then last would be sun grown for me.
Interesting.
Yep.
DC, you want to chime in?
Yeah, can you guys hear me still?
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, we hear you,
my
bro.
mic was going in and out of technical difficulties over here. It's a rough one for me. I'm not gonna lie. That this retro is pretty heavy for me. It's got a lot of pepper in there. It's some heavy wood flavor, no leather, some pretty good amount of tobacco right now. But I mean, it's burning great. I just posted a picture and one of the Discords so you guys can see it's standing strong on that ash.
Oh yeah, I just hearted that, or I fired it, or whatever I did. Who can remember? Who can remember? It was seconds ago.
Yeah. I guess for me, I do get that pepper. Like I did a retro a little while ago, and I mean, I was like, oh, it burned. And I do get the pepper sting, like still in the back of the throat, but it's not terrible. Like I don't mind that because I can do maybe about a 5 on pepper note. So this is at about a 5 for me. But I get the wood note. I still get a little bit of that sweetness. I can't pinpoint if it's a molasses or like a sugar. I just get like a random sweetness to it. But the draw is consistent. The draw did get better. It did tighten up a little bit for me. It's not a bad cigar, dude. Like I'm puffing it away, and it's just the retro. I'll do like one every 4 or 5 puffs because you can't retro this whole thing. Like
You can.
every single puff.
can.
Well,
Yeah.
I can't. I
Wait,
can't.
you have the Epicure, right? And
I have the Epicure. So does Matt.
Matt has the Epicure, and DC, which one do you have?
The Robusto, the
Robusto. Okay, yeah, because I got the Robusto too. I'm thinking if it's like a Vitola thing, because I tend to like the Epicure Vitolas on Perdomo for some reason. I don't know why. They kind of hit
too.
pretty good.
Might be where they shine. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're like their flagship Vitola because I know Nick Perdomo smokes all Epicure. I've seen like a bunch of his interviews. But by the way, yeah, shout out to Nick. Yeah, early in my cigar journey, I love watching Nick's videos. Like I love his like everyday like POV style videos where like he gets in his car, he's smoking a cigar already, and he gets to the office smoking another cigar. He's walking the fucking floor, he's smoking another cigar, and I'm like, dude, this guy's a man. And he never says my cigars are the best. He just says what he does. That's it. And his marketing strategy or whatever here and there. And that's, I think, what a cigar brand maker should say about his cigars, because they're not the best. They might be the best for some people, but not for everybody.
Yeah, you can't say that.
No cigar is the best.
Yeah. There's no one for every person out there.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah, I agree with that. He's very cognizant of that, I feel like.
Yeah.
Because I've seen him on Holtz and I've seen him on different things, and he's like, you like it, you like it. Yeah.
Yep.
You like it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's the humble way to kind of approach it, I think, right?
Yeah.
Like there are certain brand owners out there that like to do the if you don't smoke mine, you don't know, and this is the best.
Dude,
and you might already even know who I'm talking about just by saying that. And it's like
that's a
all right.
Names.
Oh, sorry.
But buzzkill right off the bat right there, bro. I was like,
Yeah.
nah, I don't want to smoke your cigars now. Like,
Mhm.
dude,
Oh yeah, dude. If you're gonna tell me you're the best, I'm like, yeah, I'm good.
mhm. But
Don't tell,
Randall,
me
like,
don't tell me what I like.
But you know,
So-
I get that a lot. Like, I'm sorry, real quick. I
Oh,
get
yeah.
that a lot with a lot of these smaller brands that send cigars. Like they'll be like, oh yeah, and mine is better than this, and I'm like, you know, I'll be the judge of it. And most times it really isn't. I mean, they're decent, and you can tell that the work they put into the cigar. Right? You can taste that, but I don't. You know, most times when they say they're the best, it really no.
Going
Well,
back
They,
to the,
they want you to believe it. They want to instill it in you. That's why, like, whenever they're pushing the flavor notes. Oh, raspberry, blueberry, and sugar cone.
raspberry.
This,
Oh, we know what you're talking about. Mm-hmm.
that's it.
Dark side.
No. But
Oh,
but
yeah.
something like you want to push that narrative, like, you know, and people sometimes it in their head they're like, okay, I'm gonna look for blueberry or raspberry or peanut butter or whatever, and then all of a sudden you're like, okay, well, you trick yourself into actually tasting that. So most times I don't like, you know how most cigars, like if you look them up online, they'll tell you the tasting notes. I never fucking listen to that. I never pay attention to that. I never stick to that in my head because I know every single time I'm gonna get something different.
Yeah. Did anybody,
but
like,
brand
obviously
owners are gonna try it.
nobody else is smoking the Churchill, but mine took a really nice, like, sweet turn here. I'm
nice.
kind of happy with that.
no, man, I
It
went.
really created a much, like, nicer balance here than I think in the first third.
That's why I'm glad we're all smoking different sizes, different vitolas, because
Yeah.
mine opposite the very beginning, first light up, orange peel and sweetness, hay, a little bit, you know, all that stuff, and then it got darker in the second third. It got earthier. It got bitter, not bitter. It got earthier. It got more spicy, bacon spice forward, and especially in the retro. But going back to what Ugo said, I agree. Nick Perdomo, he'll do videos sometimes where he's smoking on the way to the office, and then while he's checking the leaves with the rollers and stuff, he's smoking another cigar, and I'm like, that's how I want to be.
Boss.
That's what my day wants to look like. And then
Yes.
most of my days don't look like that. Now my days off, you might see 3 reviews come out, but
Also, if you saw, I think we also saw that video clip because I mean we've all watched his videos, but he like stops a cigar like maybe a little more than halfway through it, and then he'll switch to a cigar, and I think that's just to, like, I don't know if it's reset his palate or go, you know, try something different. So like he's constantly like changing out his cigars. You don't like in that video, if you watch it, he doesn't finish a full cigar.
Interesting.
Wait, who doesn't finish full score?
In the video clip, Nick Perdomo doesn't finish a cigar. Like he'll have it, and then like you'll see that they'll hand him another one. Maybe it's a different, you know, different yield or whatever, and he'll try a different cigar, but he never finishes that, you know, the one he was smoking when he got out of the car, when he got into the office,
Really?
or when he goes, you know, with the rollers.
But is that a full
Yeah.
must? Is that for research, or is that like
No,
just a whole?
it's maybe that's his way of smoking his brand. You know, just like changing out the cigars, you know, randomly, or so that, you know, he doesn't get tired of them or something. I don't know. I mean, that was one thing I noticed on that video clip. But I mean, it's not a bad thing, right? I mean, he has the ability to do it. Why the fuck not?
You have like 6 million cigars in your yield. You might as well halfway through go, yeah, I'm done with this one, and get Matt's favorite, the bourbon barrel aged.
Bourbon barrel aged.
Yeah, he's like, give me that bourbon barrel aged.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I would do
Yeah.
that shit if
I would
if I was
too,
a
dude.
brand owner.
Yeah, man. Spending some money on some cigars. Yeah, I would too.
I mean,
I will
it's
say,
different for us because. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, you're good. You're good.
That situation would be different for us because when, you know, we paid for the cigar and we want to smoke it down to the end.
Yeah,
But
that's
someone
what I
like
was gonna say.
yeah.
Basically, yeah.
I've been kind of like on the Nick Perdomo train lately. Like, you know, if I light up a cigar and it's not doing it for me. I just bust a mat, dude. I fucking toss it and light up another one. You know, we have a lot of cigars, man. A lot. You know, it's like if it's especially if it's just a cigar you're smoking, you know, for me it's like whatever's. Again, I'm changing my perspective on even like my channel for next year. Like, I've got all these. I've been having all these cigars lined up. Like, I need to review all of these cigars. Like, and I've been prioritizing my channel and this and that. You know what I mean? And it's like, nah, man. It's just at the end of the day, I'm still gonna include or rate the cigars on at the end of the year, whatever I smoked, whatever I just posted on Instagram, whatever I just posted as a Migar here, chilling or at the cigar lounge, So yeah, it's not that serious.
I'm glad you said that because especially last year, for me, if I had a single of something, it was like I can't smoke this unless it's on camera. You don't want to get like that because what happens, everything becomes it should be on camera cigar. And then when you have your Migar moment, you're like, that's what I want, but this is what I'm gonna have. And then you're like, this is fine, but I really wanted that. But it's like what you just said, Hugo. It's gonna make a guest star appearance on your channel at some point, whether it be a list of some kind, whether it be a picture on Instagram. You don't want to shoot pigeonhole yourself into like smoking shit cigars that you don't want because you want something else, right?
Right.
And I've gotten better about that, but last year I was terrible.
That's kind of the mentality that I've taken because I used to be about that. Like I would hold up on smoking until I knew I was gonna film, and now like I'd rather just post it on Instagram. You're gonna get the views on it, the likes or whatever. For me, it's the likes and the views are gonna be more than YouTube, and you get to enjoy it. You're not there. Well, hold on, I need to film the review. Hold on, I need to do this, or like now that I started doing the quick reviews, it takes me the whole 30 seconds. Put the camera on, 30 seconds, and I'm done. Like I don't have to worry about doing a full, 3 minutes per or 3 minutes on per third. You know what I mean? So now I feel like I'm enjoying my cigars a lot more. Not recording for YouTube anymore. Honestly.
Yeah, same.
Sure.
Same. Yeah. I feel like my strike was kind of a blessing in disguise, right? Where it like pushed me to figure out where I would place the value, where my happiness is. And it's being able to have that kind of perceived freedom in I'm going to smoke what I want to smoke. I'll post some pictures on Instagram with like a little write-up, and it's going to get significantly more views, sometimes 100 times more views than my YouTube reviews. And I can spend time on the stuff that I think is kind of interesting, which is the news stuff. Like, hey, here's what's coming out. Here's what regulatory changes have happened. Like, I'm reading that stuff anyway. So like doing the leaf brief, I think is like kind of more my vibe anyway for YouTube. And, I can get, smoke what I want. Like when I record my leaf brief this week, I've got a box of stuff that I'm going to sit here and smoke and enjoy while I'm recording it. Snap some pictures for the folks in the cheap seats, as they say, who want to see the pictures, but I can smoke what I want. I take some pictures and I'm happy with that. So I feel like I've found a little happiness in changing what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's yeah.
I only review because I just review them because that's my way to track cigars, so I don't really think much about it.
That's how it started for me. Like I was already journaling and tracking it for myself, and I was like, it might be cool to record a thing.
Yeah.
All right, Rando, you want to do a little bit of the sponsor?
Oh God, don't ask me. I was in Germany when we got our second sponsor. I will say though, Luxury Cigar Club. Okay, so guys, there's this thing called Luxury Cigar Club. They don't try to be anything extra. They have tier system. You want to spend a little, you will get great cigars, or do you want to spend more than a little and get fantastic cigars? Luxury Cigar Club is the place to go. Monthly cigars sent to your door. First time 15 gets you 15% off your first order box, right? Your first box to your door.
No, for just order itself.
First order. First time
15%
15
is
promo
not in the
code,
box.
15% off your first order from them. And then once you do their boxes, don't they give you 20% off their website?
20%.
Yeah, man.
20% off the website,
Yep.
baby. You got
Yep.
it. You got it.
And honestly, they have great brands. Check them out. Luxury Cigar Club. Who wants to do second?
I got to tack on an asterisk to that because today is a special day. So if you're watching this show live or on the day that it's airing on December 10th, Holly 20, HOLI 20 is 20% off site wide, excluding subscriptions. And so today only will you get the box holder, subscription holder discount. So
nice,
Holly.
And they're actually a really good website if you want a lot of great cigars. They have a lot of
good cigars. Yeah,
they do.
Yeah. But in fact, in this box, we even got like a little sample of chocolate too, right?
Yeah, and if you're in North Carolina, you don't get your box till at least the what is today, the 10th. I might get mine tomorrow. I'm always the last one to get it.
I haven't gotten mine either yet.
Okay,
mine's scheduled to be here Monday.
Okay,
nice.
So if you're in the Midwest or the East, or for some reason, wait, who else didn't get it?
I didn't get it.
Okay, if you're in California, so you may not get it if you're in the South, maybe.
If you're on the coast.
But they are coming for you, and they do deliver fast. So depending where you are, they do have great cigars. It's worth it. Check them out. Luxury Cigar Club.
Nice.
Yeah. And our second sponsor, let's go ahead. It is Above the Level Construction. Again, it's a good construction company. They do foundation, concrete, block. I mean, that's just what we wrote on there, but I'm sure there's a lot more they do. I mean, any good construction company can do a lot of projects. Definitely reach out if you're in the Los Angeles area, 626-265-1657. Above
free
the
estimates.
Level Construction.
Free estimates.
Free estimates, yeah. Free
Yep.
estimates. That's awesome.
Which is fantastic because you don't want somebody coming out and then charging you, and then you go, yeah, never mind.
Yeah. Well, speaking of free, today I ordered a restocked on puppy food, and DC I reordered the same one that we got over there at Paso Robles. So I went on their website.
Oh yeah,
and I think it's only like their website where you can get that that brand, because nothing else popped up. But anyways, so I bought the 5 pound, right? So I did the math. For every 5 pounds, you get about 22 feeds. So I was like, okay, because they have like the subscription, right? So then I was like, all right, so 22 feet. So I need that. That's 1 month. So then they have like an 8-week deal for like the next one up 15 pounds, which would be like, what, like 3 months worth, or no, a little bit less. So I wanted to get the recurring thing, but if you spend $49, you get free shipping. The 15 pound one was like $46.99, and I was like, damn, $10. I'm like, if I get the 28 pound, it'll be like 75 plus tax, about 80. So I did some guy math, and I was like, I'm just gonna get that because I'm gonna save $10. So I get the huge pack, and I'm gonna have it for like 4 months.
There you go.
Some guy math.
Yeah,
honestly, that's the way I do it too. Like I'll go anywhere and I see like I buy dog food at the store, right? And I'm like, all right, this is a 14 pound bag for $20, and the 28 pound bag is like, $10 more. I'm like, well,
what are you feeding your dogs, bro? 25 pound, how much? 15 pound bag for $20? 15
pound bag for $20, or maybe a little more. But we do like the no filler ones. I mean, I don't know if that's expensive or cheap.
That's very cheap, because
you were like accusing him of feeding the dog like leather belts and old shoes, like
because rubber tires.
I mean, we don't do like the science diet. I mean, our dogs are rescue dogs, and I mean we don't give them anything with like fillers, and like we don't do like the Alpo or Purina, all that stuff. We do like the Nutrish. There's another one that's like a Walmart brand, but it's a higher
factory smokes of the dog food world.
Dude, no.
I'm just kidding.
No, but you know what though? Like I will say,
Skinny Money, where you at, bro?
Come on, Skinny, get back in here.
I will say if you're gonna get a puppy or dog, whatever, definitely spend the extra on the food, because like my dog's 13 years old and you couldn't tell because she's so active. She still jumps on the couch. I mean, super active. My aunt who feeds her dog a bunch of crap, scraps and all this shit. Her dog's 11 and she looks like she's about to die. And I'm like, how? Like, you know, they're she's younger than my dog, and yet it's all messed up. But again, because you're feeding her junk, you're feeding them junk. You know what I mean? So that what you all spend on dog food is worth it, because it's gonna maintain your dog's, you know, longevity and maintain their health.
Yeah, it's basically like if we eat like fucking McDonald's every day, you know?
Yeah.
No bueno.
Nope, not at all. Exactly.
No, but dude, I think it's a California thing, because the 15 pound bag over here, the one we selected was $48. The 5 pound bag was like 22. So it's,
Well, I mean,
I don't know
if your price is factoring in our state tax already, then
well, no, because that's still plus tax, plus the 9.5%.
Oh, it's not including?
No, sir. No.
Okay.
Yeah, but you're probably like you're on the higher end of the dog food. You know, you're getting them probably like what,
bro? Is it like super high end?
Fancy stuff.
The Tuscan natural.
It's got Tuscan in the name.
Yeah, dude, just Tuscan alone.
Tuscan, yeah, it's out of here, man.
Yeah, forget it, dude.
I don't know. The gentleman said this is the one. Pick whatever protein you want. Single source protein, beef, turkey, chicken. I forgot. I don't remember it, but I was like,
oh. I will say though, about our other sponsor, Above the Level. I actually had an extension. I'm not in California, but it is very important if you need an extension that someone does it that's professional. So definitely choose a professional company. Above the Level is a professional company in California. So
yeah,
if y'all have a chance, check out their Instagram. Their Instagram, they do great videos and he's on point with that, and you can tell like he is very proud of his work. That is definitely
it's so important. It's so important because they have to know where the internet line is and everything else that's underneath your ground right outside your house. I got my patio extended to create this over area that I have, and I'm not doing it myself. I need to hire a company, but so definitely check them out.
Randall, we know, bro. It took you like a month to patch 2x2 inch
the wall
drywall. Fucking
dude,
ceiling,
dude. Hey, we did it though. We did it with some wheel. We did it. I missed an episode for that crap, but it had a whole thing in my ceiling. No,
Randall had the jackhammer. He had the fucking fucking crane go to his house. Like,
dude, they didn't trust me. It's hard to get a rental. It's hard to get a rental. All right, you guys are getting me to. All right, you know what? That's it. I got to go back to my other sponsor, Havana Club Rum.
Yeah,
yeah, that was going to be actually my next question. Was like we didn't talk about pairings. If any of you are doing anything other than water.
That's true.
Yeah, we're pairing. We're pairing. Who's going first?
Go, Hugo. You started off. I saw you had a Havana Club there.
Yeah, I do have the Havana Club Selección. I opened up the other day just here at my leisure. But I think I tried this one at Stevens and I really liked it. So I went ahead and bought a bottle of it in Tijuana. And I think it's a great pairing with this cigar because, like I said, I'm not getting enough of that sweetness that's hiding somewhere in the cigar. And this one here is like, it's got very molassy, caramelish notes on it. It's very nice and silky. I love it. The 7 years, it's fucking good too, but this one's more complex.
I'll go after Hugo. So I just bought this in Munich, And honestly, the reason I got into Havana Club, the reason I had to get it is Hugo talking about his trip in Guadalajara. I was like, I saw it in the Munich airport, and I was like, I gotta get a Havana Club. And then listening to Steven talk about Havana Club after that, I got the Especial. It's not the most expensive one. It's in Chardonnay barrels. It's 37.5% ABV, but
this one
vanilla forward, light on the palate, perfect for a Cuban cigar. And honestly, though, this one right here has been great with this cigar. It like Hugo said, it's bringing out the sweetness that the cigar has decided to not give me in the second, third, and so I'm happy I bought it. But
nice, man.
Yeah.
The from what I understand, the 3 and the 7 year Havana Clubs are kind of mixers in most of the world. Like you make cocktails with them.
Yeah,
and then the higher tier Havana Club is like used for sipping. And so it's so hard to use it as a mixer because it's so hard for us to get it. But it is really like the entry level for Havana Club. I'll show you what I'm pairing, but I will say that I don't think that it works that well with this particular cigar. I was thinking bourbon, and I hadn't had the John J. Bowman single barrel in a while. I also didn't register that the label is green, and so it will show up the same color as my green screen. so that's kind of funny. This is all like green. So if I put it over
there you go.
Thing, it'll catch the background. Anyway, but John J. Bowman is interesting, even though it's not the best pairing, I think, for this. It doesn't have the sweetness that this needs. It has more oak notes, which bring out the oak, which is not the part that needs to be amplified here. But John J. Bowman being this like Virginia whiskey is interesting because it's Blanton's, right? So they distill the Blanton's, pre-age, ship it in a truck to Virginia from Kentucky, and then they do one more distillation and barrel it, and then they can call it Virginia whiskey. So, but it's Blanton's without the Blanton's label.
Nice,
interesting.
So, for me, I was actually going to get a root beer, but I'm out. So there's that. But I want to point out though. So, I've said many times I don't really do a pairing with a cigar, whatever. I'm not against it, but I will say the Perdomo, the sun-grown, again, the sun-grown's the least my least favorite with the Perdomos in general, and I think it needs a pairing.
What would you suggest?
I agree 100%.
Yeah.
So for me, and like you guys said, was something sweet, but I wanted a root beer with ice, or I would do a cream soda, and if I was going to do a coffee, it would be like a Starbucks coffee, like a fancy coffee it's got the sugars and stuff in there. You know what I mean? A lot of cream and a lot of sugars. I would do that with, and this is in general with Perdomo sun-grown 10th on up is something like that. So this is one for me. If somebody hasn't had one, they want to get one and try it. If they like pairings, I would highly recommend it with the sun-grown with Perdomo. So
that's a solid recommendation.
I
also am not one that generally will pair if I'm doing something that is a review, but the Churchill being such a big cigar, I was worried I'd get bored. And so although it's burned relatively fast, I don't know where you guys are in your cigar. I'm to the band. So
we're past the band. I
moved the band up. So yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree with Matt said completely. If you're not drinking alcohol, it's got to be a root beer. It's got to be a cream soda. It's got to be something that's going to give you a lot of sweetness, and it's not a ginger ale, right? Like a ginger ale, a lot of people like ginger ale. Yeah. It doesn't need to help with the spice. I think the spice is there. You need that vanilla. You need that licorice. You need something else.
Yes.
So I agree with Matt. Completely with that.
Yep.
DC, what you got, DC?
I got this one gifted to me from a friend. This is the Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Heritage.
Ooh, that was a good
I
one.
saw you showing that one. I love that bottle.
Yeah.
That's a good
How
one.
is that?
I don't think this is the right pairing for this one. It's a good bottle,
No.
but it's not the right one for
Yeah,
this one
not-
at all.
So what's
Proof
that
point's
giving?
a little
What's
hot,
that
a little
giving
more
you?
spicy.
It's giving you spice.
It's giving me a little bit of spice, but it's making the cigar more linear than anything, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll anesthetize the palate. What's the proof on that?
This one is 100 proof.
Oh, it is. Oh, I thought.
wow.
So, that's the regular
Stronger.
single barrel, not the single barrel proof.
Correct.
Gotcha. Okay.
And so I'm doing an old fashioned, and yeah, it's helping the cigar a lot. And I'm also doing a quadruple.
Damn, bro, double fisted, man.
He's double parked, man. You gotta.
He's double parked.
He's double parked. You gotta get rid of
Yeah.
something, man. You get double parked.
Yeah, no. This one definitely. What do you call it? Needs something, and that sweetness on the old fashioned help it, and the quadruple does have a little bit of sweetness too, so that helps as well. So definitely, it does need that pairing, dude, for sure.
I want to add something too. Earlier, I'd mentioned with Perdomo, the safe, you know what you're going to get. A lot of them can be fairly linear throughout. And I mentioned, like, if you're going golfing, like I don't really golf, but I'm picturing right now we're sitting here and we're trying to focus on the notes and what we're getting. And it's like, okay, but switch the scene. We're all out golfing. We all got sodas, whatever drinks you got. We're talking, we're playing and all that. That's where I think this cigar would be once the cigar's done. Oh, what'd you guys think? Oh yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah, nobody's unhappy.
You had your soda, you had your drink, it burned good and all that good stuff. So
fair assessment.
Yeah, I agree. I think you're not unhappy if you're drinking. If you're not drinking, I think you're at least like, I'm glad I had a cigar with whatever I was doing.
Yeah, you got a soda that's going to add for the sun grown anyways, add some stuff to it.
A root beer would be freaking amazing with this, by the way.
It would.
Yeah.
It would.
That vanilla note, that little bit of licorice, that shit would fucking hit perfect.
Dude,
Yep.
and if you have to drink, if you're just like, I have to drink, and not your father's root beer.
All of it good.
Yeah, and then if you're not drinking, an actual root beer would be great. Yeah, I agree, because I think that's where Perdomo messes up in a way. Is I think some of their blends get a little bit linear from the light up to the end.
Yep.
Depending on what you get. It's like, oh well, this is good. I'm smoking a cigar. I'm out with friends or whatever. Yeah.
But like for me, I like when it's linear, but when it starts off good and it remains that way. But if you starts off a little harsh and it remains linear that way, that's when it's like, I don't like the linear if it starts off good and it just continues to stay that way. But when it's bad and you're hoping it changes or transitions and it doesn't. Yeah, like this one is just linear, a linear note for sure.
Got a question for Randall here.
That's a good question.
Best meal in Germany, Mr. Indulgent.
72 burgers.
Yeah. So I just answered it, but like probably a sausage like with sauerkraut sandwich.
Dude, sauerkraut fucking slaps, bro.
Dude. And Germany, and dude, after I got back from Germany, I defrosted sausages we had in our fridge, and I was like, I told my wife, I was like, I'm gonna buy Kaiser Rose. I was like, we're still doing Germany even though we're not there. You get because when I was in Germany, so here's the cool thing about Germany and probably Europe in general. I am a specific smoker in the USA because we're so weird about like health, right? Like if you go to a fair or something and in your town, you're not trying to smoke a cigar because you're like, oh, there's kids around. I'm not trying to do anything with a bunch of people. Over there, me and my wife, the first night we were there. There was mothers smoking cigarettes and stuff. And every time I walked around, I was like, oh, that tobacco smells so good. And so the second day, I pulled out a cigar and I'm walking around like, 65 people and I'm just smoking a cigar and I'm like, dude, I don't even feel bad here. Like it's just a part of their culture. And then Germany's a big beer culture. I went on the train. There's like people with their 12 packs of like 16-ounce or more. They have tall boys and they're just giving them out to everybody. And I'm just like, God, this is so great. Like, I think in USA we try to be healthier and we try to be whatever. In Europe, they're just like, yeah, whatever. Like, if I smoke, I smoke. If you smoke, you smoke. So I'm in front of I'm in a Christmas market and I'm smoking in the middle of the Christmas market. Like, oh, I don't give a crap about all these people. It was great. It was great. Like I think I had shorts or something out. I don't know. Maybe I didn't. I have them on my phone. If I didn't put them out as shorts, maybe I will. But I'm in front of
shorts like the for YouTube shorts, not like actual
yeah.
like, shorts like
either
I was about to say because it's fucking
shorts or
cold over there.
Instagram. No, or Instagram shorts. Like I have. Let me take it out of my pocket here. I have a cigar. So this is €1 right here. This is a short filler pre-cut BS cigar, and I was checking these out everywhere, like because they were actually good. I went to a cigar shop my first day, and I said, oh yeah, every day I went to a cigar shop, but I went. What do you guys have? Like what everything. They had Cubans. I got Cubans. They had New World, and I got some cute New Worlds. But then they were like, these are very popular. These are short filler, whatever. And I was like, give me a couple of those. I was smoking all through the Christmas markets, around crowds and everything else. And I was just like, damn, these are good. So I bought a couple of them. And it's not that they're not available here. It's that the culture here is that, oh, you don't do that. Like you don't go to a county fair and smoke cigars because there's kids and there's families. But there, yeah. And so, yeah. It was good.
Nice, man. Yeah, my wife and I went to Malta a couple of years back, and Malta, I think, is one of the countries that has the highest proportion of smokers. So they're like adult portion of that were measured in like some studies, like they do these kind of health studies year to year, and I think it's about 1 in 5 people in Malta are smokers. So pretty much everywhere you go, there's smoking allowed. And so, we can sit nice dinner on a terrace or whatever, and a couple tables are going to be smoking. And oh, my wife hates it. Oh, I told her, I said this is like you wanted to come to another country and experience the culture of the country. This is part of their culture. And so, like, and she was like getting visibly like frustrated with people. And I was like, honey, if I had my cigar case with me, I'd light up right now. I don't know what.
Exactly, dude. Same thing with my wife. So she knows I smoke, right?
Mm-hmm.
We would walk through Munich, Germany. Either people are walking on the street with huge, like 33-ounce pints, right? Like liters. 33 ounces a liter.
Steins.
People are walking through the city with steins of beer, or they're smoking tobacco. And we smell that, and she goes, "Oh, that smells great." And I said, "Thank you." I was like, "I'll think that's great too." And then I was like, "Hey, by the way, this cigar cost me €1." And then I was like, "You have a light?" I like the fact that in Europe it's just like whatever. Now I did walk by a kid in a stroller, and I put my cigar up and everything. But
on him or just out in general.
Oh, you're
Put it
so
out on
polite.
You know,
no, I was in a Christmas market, dude, and it
a
was
walking ashtray. This is
no,
interesting.
I was in, dude,
Rolling ashtray.
I was in a Christmas market, dude, and it was like families everywhere, and I was just like, I need a light. I was like, gone in 60 seconds. I need a light. I need a light.
Hey, Randall, was that like it's supposed to be like your honeymoon for like your wedding that was postponed, or
No, so what it was our October trip was postponed because of the what do you call it?
the protest?
Yeah,
With
there
the
was
sacred
political protest in October. So then my wife in November was like, we never did a trip. And I said, I know. And then she said, I would like to go to the Christmas markets in Germany. And I said, oh, you want to go somewhere? Let's go. Because I'm usually the one to say responsible with money, right? And I was like, if you want to go, let me know when to go, and I'll tell my job when I'm going. So we went to the Christmas markets in Germany, and we went to the in Salzburg, Austria, to the what do you call it, the Krampus parade. And so we did all that, and honestly, love the love of tobacco in Europe. Europe loves like tobacco. I feel like USA tries to be too healthy, right?
Tries.
Well,
try.
so
They try.
it's like in different areas, right? Like you look at like tobacco exposure is certainly higher in Europe, but you look at like number of steps per day and how it correlates to their all-cause mortality. So although they smoke significantly more, especially in terms of cigarettes, they move more, and that's been tied to lower all-cause mortality because they move more than we do.
Well, and I'll be honest, I thought I gained weight in Austria and Germany. I lost 2 pounds.
We walk a
Look
lot
at the
in Europe.
ingredient. Well, also look at the ingredients in the food that we have
Spot
here
on.
versus over there.
Yep.
Because
Yeah.
I've heard from multiple people, like just over the years, that I was in Europe for a week and I ate so much, and I actually, just like you said, I lost like 3 pounds. And like you look at the ingredients in our food, it's like we want to be healthy, but yet everything we eat is just like killing us.
Dude,
So,
and it's true.
Artificial
I
shit,
really
yeah.
thought I was gonna come back. I really thought I was gonna come back from my Europe trip, and I was like, dude, I've gained 5 pounds guaranteed because I
Nope.
ate everything. But me and my wife in Austria, we walked so much. We probably walked like 6 miles in a day. I come back, I've lost 2.5 pounds, and I'm like, shit, we should just try to see what we need to do to move.
Move? What the fuck?
I knew
Dude,
that was coming. I
because
was
I'm-
waiting for you to get to that.
Yeah, I was like, dude, because because I like the fact that they don't care about tobacco. Like they're not looking at it like we look at it here in USA. Like they're like, oh yeah, if you smoke tobacco, that's like heart problems and that's everything else. Over there, it was nothing. Even my wife, who doesn't smoke anything, was like, oh, it smells so good here. I'm like, dude, that's people smoking cigarettes, right? Like they're smoking cigarettes. I'm like, people aren't smoking these things that we're smoking now, right?
But I'm sure the cigarettes over there are probably even like better quality, better tobacco than the cigarettes we have here, like the Marlboros and all that bullshit.
Yeah,
hey, though, but guess what? Here we sell Campbell's soup that is like 3D printed.
What?
Mhm.
So
Really?
There's a lot of food ingredients that are not allowed in the EU.
Yeah.
No, I was
No,
super surprised. I was like, damn, man, it's all good.
Did you see that? Did you see that at all, Hugo? There was this thing with the former CEO or something of Campbell's Soup. Somebody had like a hidden video, and he was going off on how crappy their stuff is, and how, oh yeah, the meat in there is just 3D printed. It's none of this is real. Stuff's for poor people.
Dude,
Yeah, Yeah.
I mean, I used to buy Campbell soup back in my college days because
Sure. Yeah.
poor and shit, like
Yeah.
a chicken noodle soup and shit.
And the
But
ramen.
That's their goal.
I will say this is a €1 cigar right here. €1, short filler. The guy who sold it to me said it's very popular, and I was like, oh, I'm sure it was for €1, right? And he said, yeah, it's short filler, it's pre-cut, everything else. I said, we have these in the USA. We have all this. But I bought them anyway. I bought like a 5-pack because I was like, it's so dang good. I was like, it's so good. I can walk around anywhere and just be like, oh, I don't give a crap. Like if I threw this out, like if I had it right here and I was like, yeah, I have to go into a church.
You're not gonna do that. You're not gonna do that, Randall. You're not
gonna do it, but
no,
but you can.
You're coming back out. You're coming back out, and you're picking.
Well, I'm a crackhead, so I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
No, I would, but a normal European would just like toss it, but I'm not.
So what else do you know about it? I'm curious.
Were they pretty cheap?
€1 is like $1.25.
$1.25. Yeah.
Yeah, 25% more than that's how much it is.
Yeah, it's like every $100 you spend is like $25. So the dude was like, So I go to a cigar shop, and he's like, "These are very popular. They're $1. They're €1, €1."
Mm-hmm.
And I said, "Why are they €1?" He said, "Well, they're short filler, and they're pre-cut, and whatever." And I said, "All right, give me one." And the first day I bought one, and me and my wife were walking around a Christmas market because in Germany right now it's the Christmas markets and everything. And I'm smoking a cigar, and no one gives a crap because everybody's smoking, right? And I'm just like, I told my wife, I was like, "Hey," and I hit her on the shoulder, and I'm like, "This is good." And she goes, "I don't care." I'm like, "No, this is good." Yeah, I'm like, "This is good."
Pretend to care, nudge.
Yeah, hey,
nudge.
Care. This is good, and yeah. So
I bet the Christmas markets were pretty sick though in Germany.
They were great.
Like I heard they're like
fantastic,
the best.
Yeah. Fantastic. Everybody drinks. Everybody smokes. Everybody is just chill. I mean, there's like kids there, and obviously you try to like, if I say kid, I'm gonna like raise my cigar. I'm not trying to like whatever. But Europe is, and Steven could probably attest to this because he's traveled a lot. You're not trying to like mess up a kid or whatever, so you're like raising your cigar. But it's so different from the USA.
Hey Randall, before you get any more drunk, so the Cuban cigars, you went to a B&M that had a mix of New World and Cubans?
Nope. I went to the first night where I got all my Cubans. Was a Casa del Habano.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I'm not as stupid.
No, because earlier you mentioned that you got a mix of Cubans and New Worlds at this cigar shop.
I did in Germany and in Austria, but the Casa de Habano, I got all my Cubans, and then in Germany in general, in like the gift shop or whatever, I got my Cavalier. Because I got a Cavalier White series that I think Epicurean Smokes talked about earlier.
Yeah, those are great.
Salamones. Yeah. I got the Salamones because I was like, oh, I like Cavalier. Like, you know what? I'm gonna pay that. Like, I got the Salamones. But they had the Qual Doce, they got the Monte Cristo, they had everything. And so I always...
They had what? The first one you said?
How do you say it? Qual Doce?
Gilse. You got it's like back here in the throat.
Oh,
QD.
Oh, French. La Pepe La Peel.
So
skunky.
Just a quick segue on that. A friend of a friend brought her fiance over to the house, and he is from Paris. And we were chatting about cigars. and I knew that saying the brand as Key d'Orsay was wrong, and so I just asked him. I was like, "Hey, I mean, I know I'm gonna butcher this, but my favorite brand is Key d'Orsay," and he goes, Key d'Orsay. And I was like, "Can you say that for me a few times slow? I really want to learn how to say this properly." And I remember after talking to him, I still didn't feel like I got it, and I would like sit there and listen to it online and try. And I was like, "Oh, it's not even up here; it's like back here."
Yeah, so
it's in your
So that one, the Monte Cristo 4, the Vaqueros, the cowboy, the Vaqueros, the V.
Oh, Vegueros?
Vegueros. Yeah. That one, all those, every Cuban I got came from that. Everything else came from Austria, including the, this is going to be a future video of everything I got. But I did get New World there. I got, everything else. But everything that's Cuban came from an actual cigar shop that's Cuban. Los Cubanos or whatever.
So but this €1 one that you're enjoying, what do you know anything about the short filler blend, or were they not able to?
Yeah,
okay.
It was a euro.
It was all I know.
You don't get to ask those questions for a year.
No.
All I know, everywhere around Germany. Yeah.
No, all I know is I saw a tobacco shop, because in Europe it's tobacco, right?
Mm-hmm.
I walk in. I see Placencia. I see a lot of New World blends and everything else or whatever. I see Cubans too, but I said, "What are these?" And they were like, "Oh, these are no name. These are €1 short filler or whatever." And I was like, "Let me get this tonight." And I take a couple of these out, and we're going through Christmas markets, and I'm like, "God, these are good. These are, this one right here is a short filler. This has nothing to do with Cuban or anything. This is not Cuban. It's short filler and whatever." And I bought a couple of these, and I was like, "Oh, it's so good." And that's where this is. This isn't Cuban right here, or this is just a short filler.
Yep. Nice. Cool. So,
all right. So
yeah, go ahead.
Are we going to do the final?
Yeah, let's go ahead. Thank you for that wonderful walkthrough of Germany and Austria.
Dude, it's awesome, dude. I can't wait to go out there, man.
Yeah, it was good, dude. You should go out there.
For sure.
Yeah, maybe for Intertabac.
Intertabac. Oh, nice. That's true.
Yeah. So go ahead, Frank. You want to give it a rip? I'm pretty much at the end here.
I think we're all at the end. I don't think I'm gonna go past this, but for me, I forgot our new rating system, but this is definitely like a buy two. I think you just want to have one or two just to have in case. I don't see me buying a 5-pack or a box of these, but definitely I can see buying two.
Okay. Nice. For me, I think this is a one and done deal. Yeah, just the cigar was just too heavy on the palate for me. And then I don't know if you guys saw, but I had to touch it up twice. So
I understand.
It was dry boxed the same time as the Chef's Edition Davidoff that I smoked in the morning, and that one burned flawlessly. Yeah, but this one is that's it. That was pretty much it. I got some content on it, so I'll upload it on the as a short tomorrow, and move on to the next one.
Gotcha.
Yeah, for me, same as Ugo. It's what did you say, Ugo? Buy one?
Yeah, I think this one was a one and done deal for me.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's good if you want to try it. I think if it's your first one, Yeah, if it's your first one, yeah, maybe you want to try more than one. But like, if you're a cigar smoker like we all are, and you smoke a lot, you might not want to do more than one. But I think it was good.
All right.
Yeah, it was good.
DC, what do you think? DC, where
you're
you at?
on mute, buddy.
Oh, you're muted, DC.
I didn't even know I was on mute. Yeah, sorry. One and done. That was it for me.
Yeah.
All right. Matt, what do you got, bro?
So I'm going to add some context to mine because I'm a Perdomo guy. So I don't, but I am going to say one and done on this one. But I want to add to that. So I realized I wasn't really into the sun-grown anymore when this first came out, and I got one and I did my little carpenter style shootout where I did 10th up to this one. My opinion, the 30th, the 20th and the 30th had a little more creaminess to it, a little more sweetness to it. So if I was going to get another Perdomo sun-grown, I'd go with one of those. But I'm kind of just burnt out on the sun-grown. With Perdomo,
this one's
I'm
a shade grown, by the way. Shade grown.
Well, then I got the wrong one.
No. They only have 3.
No, it's a you got the right one, but it's a shade grown.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Connecticut
Okay.
shade grown in Maduro. Yeah.
Gotcha. So either way, the middle one, they are. I just
and that's branding, right? It's easy.
Yeah.
It's the middle one.
Yeah. Black, red, and blue.
Mm-hmm.
For me in general with Perdomo, I won't. I still got a few left from the box of the 20th of this one that I got, and it's I'll still be buying a couple boxes a year, but I'm gonna go with the 10th or 20th Maduro. Or I do really enjoy those bourbon barrel aged and that 12-year vintage that Steven was talking about. Those I like. So if you're new to Perdomo, I'd go with one of the other ones.
Yeah.
This one for me wasn't it. Now, if we're out on a golf course and I've got a soda and we're out having a good time, it would have been fine. But one and done.
Nice. And I love that, Matt. Like I feel like you're a Perdomo subject matter expert.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, like I said before, that perspective means a lot when you've been through all the lines.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna try and give some perspective with mine as well. Like I smoked a 7-inch Churchill. I didn't have to touch it up once. I didn't have to do anything with it. Cool. So the construction is perfect. The second third was by far and away my favorite, and I did get to enjoy sweetness for quite a while. For that whole second third, I got to have a nice amount of sweetness through that profile. So that I enjoyed. And if the whole cigar had that balance to offset kind of the spice and all the other notes, I think that this would have ranked much higher for me. Would I go out and purchase like a 5-pack of these? No. Would I purchase a 2-pack? No. If it came in a sampler, would I be mad at it? No. I would totally I would hold it for like a game day or something like that, where I'm like sitting, hanging out with the homies. I'm not going to be paying attention to it. I don't want to be messing with it. This is the cigar, right? Like, and that's one of the things that makes Perdomo popular, as it is that you have that consistency coming through. I think there's also another piece of like kind of the Perdomo history that has always kind of made me want to recognize them aside from the cigars. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with S-chip, but the S-chip tax, I guess it's been more than 25 years that has been added to cigars. It's roughly 40 cents a cigar, something like that. Perdomo was the only manufacturer that did not add that to their prices. They didn't price adjust for S-chip. They're the only manufacturer that never price adjusted for S-chip. And so that I think is something to point out. Even though we're 25 years down the road, it's a big kind of kudos to them for absorbing that, because they're the only ones that did. So while this is not one that I personally would buy more, I wouldn't be mad if it came in a sampler. that's kind of my 2 cents on the cigar.
Right on.
Nice.
So real quick to answer Cigars and Bandits question. Yes, a great place to buy a sampler. Luxury Cigar Club.
Boom.
Yeah.
Definitely pick up their boxes. They do really good. They have several different tiers. We got the platinum, and I enjoyed the last box, and this box that we just got recently. I think we're gonna have some good cigars in there. And right now, if you use the code first time 15, you get 15% off. But we just found out that they have a code HOLI, and you get the 20% off of everything except for boxes, right?
Holly 20, HOLI 20.
HOLI 20, and you
Only
get
good today.
20%. Oh, today?
Only good today.
There you
So
go.
if you're watching this on the replay, sorry.
Too late.
Sorry.
Too late. Yeah. So I guess overall, this is definitely just a one and done. I mean, yeah, you know, it wasn't
He's so red.
The worst.
Oh, hey. Randall, you're not supposed to inhale the cigar smoke, bro.
No.
My bad.
You all right?
Yeah. So yeah, this is definitely a one time purchase. I think it's the consensus that we all had on this cigar. Sorry, Randall. I'm still talking with. Bless you, by the way.
Yeah. Awesome.
But yeah, so again, I think we're good to go. Is there anything y'all want to pitch or plug in before we end this?
Just announce our latest sponsor for the Soul Society podcast, Above the Level Construction. They specialize in all foundation, concrete, block, retaining wall projects in the Los Angeles greater area, and you can contact them at 626-265-1657.
Nice.
Yeah. See, that's the short filler. The short filler sneezes there, Randall.
Yeah. I agree. The cigar game. I agree.
Awesome.
You know,
go ahead.
Oh, okay. No, I was just gonna say, well, I mean, that kind of wraps it up for us. Unless you guys want to plug in anything you guys got coming up, I mean, we can do that. Or
yeah, man, I'm still doing my my weekly leaf. Now it'll come out.
Awesome. Yeah, I got the Adrian Magnus coming out, I think, on Saturday, and I just dropped the Flor de Cano Regional, which is pretty affordable and a pretty good cigar.
Yeah, I saw that review. Look good.
Yeah, good cigar. All right. Well, with that said, I think that's it. And what do we got next week, Frank?
I think we're open next week. I think we're just gonna have we still haven't like figured out what we're gonna discuss, but
okay,
it's
an open. All right, cool. So DC and I will be out because we'll be traveling, but we'll catch you guys on the replay and then the following week.
Hugo and I getting
What's
married.
up, DC?
Oh yeah, by the way, congrats!
Proud of you guys.
Married, but
congratulations!
You know, everything, yeah, definitely, man. I know you're already married, but the wedding's gonna be amazing, bro. Enjoy it.
Yeah, dude. Enjoy it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you guys. All right. Well, we'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks for tuning in.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, everyone.